Your dad appropriately gets a lot of credit and is brought up, quite a bit. Your dad being the legendary Hall of Fame, longtime Cardinals broadcaster. But just by nature of the job he had, he couldn't have been around probably as much as he would have liked while you were growing up.
Right.
And so it was your mom that you spent a lot of time with. People ask you this question about your dad all the time, so I thought it would be interesting to flip it around. Your mom, Carol, what would you say you most learned from her?
I think, well, first of all, I think I learned more about, if you want to call what I do performing, from my mom than I did my dad. I think what I got from my dad is not a lot different than a lot of kids growing up in the Midwest got from my dad, as far as the style, the way he did a game. There are a lot of guys that came up, that grew up in the Midwest, that wanted to be Jack Buck and wanted to sound and do a game like Jack Buck. I was in that category. I also happened to be his son. But because he did travel as much as he did, my mom had to be mother, a lot of the times father. She had to be the disciplinarian. She had to be the one to, make you feel better when you skinned your knee, that kind of stuff. She did everything. And, he met her when she was an actress and singing on Broadway. And she's got as much performing ability and in some ways a very unique skill set that I don't have, the ability to sing in front of people and act and do all that stuff. And she's my best critic. So
Better than your dad.
Oh, better than my dad. I think what really benefited me and inadvertently drove me into being a broadcaster was that my dad never pushed me toward it. Because I was so enamored with what came with his job, I was hooked on it early. Because I loved him so much and he was my best friend, I ended up spending a lot of time with him and enjoying what he did as a broadcaster. But he never was the guy going, okay, you're going to do this, and then you're going to go to Louisville, and then you're going to broadcast this way, and let's listen to your tapes. None of that. He just let me find my own way, and my mom will be the one to say, that was great job, or she's told me before, you sounded like you weren't interested, or you sounded like you were tired, or you sounded like, and it gets my attention. I don't like hearing it, but she's right, and I'll go back and listen to it, and she's the one that I get my most feedback from.
What do you think she taught you about the on-air work?
I think I get whatever presence I have or don't have on camera from her more than I do my dad. I think, my dad by nature and by timing was a radio guy. And when he, at the end of his career, was working at CBS and broadcasting with Tim McCarver, who I do the games with now, I think he was not only a radio guy doing TV. To me, at times, he sounded like a radio guy doing TV. It just wasn't what he knew. And on-camera stuff, and he was the best baseball announcer, best football announcer I ever heard in my life. But I think as far as presence and a smile and a way of thinking when I'm on camera, I think I get whatever I get there from my mom.